So here we are at last within Maya. Now before we start modeling, we want to bring in our reference that we set up. And that means that we're going to have some inputs, some input dependencies coming into our Maya scene. And we could potentially have outputs as well, such as renders or CG models that we might want to save out. So the best way to handle file dependencies, inputs and outputs within Maya, is to use the Maya project hierarchy. So let's take a look at setting that up. So if we go File and we come down to Project window, here we can define a new project, and I'm going to call it Fork Modeling, and I need to give it a location. So I'm going to come out here and I'm just going to save my new project just here. So this is the name of the project and this is where it's going to be saved. Maya is going to create all of these folders here for me automatically, and I won't use most of them, but I will definitely be using the source images folder. That's where I'm going to put my reference imagery. If I play blasted out a movie, I would save it out into the movies folder. So I'll definitely use some of them. It doesn't really matter how many folders are in the actual project. What really matters is that project hierarchies are consistent from project to project. And that makes it much easier for large teams to work on projects and to navigate their way around. So I'm happy with this setup. So I'm just going to click accept here. Although this scene is empty, it's a very good idea to save your file right at the start. So go File, Save Scene As. So I've created a project, but I need to just double check and ensure that I am set to that project, that current project. And I'm just going to select it here just to double check it and set it twice. So I'm going to save out the scene and I'm going to save it out with a specific name. And it's good to do this at the start, even though there's nothing in the scene, because you can spend just a second thinking about how you want to name your files. So in this case, I'm going to call it Fork, and I'm going to call it Modeling, which describes the process that we're doing. And I'm going to say Initial Setup, which describes this stage, and I'm going to save it as V01 take 01. This is a specific type of naming that I've become quite used to. It's not vitally important to get into why I name it this way right now, other than to say I do try and avoid white spaces. So I'm using underscores here, and that is because you can sometimes run into cross-platform issues when using white spaces within your naming. Now that our project is set up and our file has been saved out, in the next section we'll take a look at setting up our image planes and bringing in our reference.